Okay, so before we actually get started, like, what are you looking to get out of this review? Like, what do you want to learn? What are you looking to get out of this review?
Mostly positionment and cooldown usage.
Okay, so positioning, cooldown
Uh,
usage, awesome.
yeah, and I think that's it. I
Sure,
mean, you're the
sure.
coach, so
Right. No, I definitely have to bring something to the table here. But I think, like, going into this, I kind of want to know, like, what you're exactly. So you are looking at your positioning, what you're looking at your cooldown usage, and we can definitely look at that as well. Now, the thing that I want to get in before we get started is I want to be clear about how I like to do these reviews, especially with somebody in voice. So I'll be talking a lot. I'm pretty good at that, but I'll be asking a lot of questions. Now, some of these
okay.
questions might be a little tricky. They're not going to be easy to answer. And I'm expecting you to take some time to think about it before you answer. So if I ask you something and you're like, I'm not really sure, this isn't a knowledge test, right? What I want you to actually do is I want you to think. My goal is to make you think. If you answer all my questions instantly, then I'm gonna have to start asking harder questions because my goal is to make you a smarter player, right? The player that doesn't just like follow my instructions, but actually understands the game better from a Baptiste and honest standpoint. So this is not to make you feel stupid at all. It just might be a little challenging at some points. Also, there's going to be some things, some mistakes that you make that maybe I don't talk about a lot. Maybe I ignore. And it's not because those mistakes are fine to make and everything's fine and happy, but we want to try and focus on the big things, right? The most important things. And so we have to kind of see what those may or may not be. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Okay. And if you have any questions at any point in time, you can just scream "stop" and I'll stop. Okay. And
Okay.
we will go. Okay. So before we get started here, what is your job in this composition here? Let's say that you don't even know what they're gonna play. Let's just say you're rolling out on this. What are you doing here? Why are you playing Baptiste? What's the point of this hero?
Because of the composition of my team first.
Sure.
Uh, and like I can heal a lot and
Okay.
put pressure on the enemy team
Sure.
with my left click,
Okay.
and we can. I have I have perfect cooldowns with
Yeah.
this competition,
Yeah.
like
Now, what do
lamp
you mean by
or
that?
you can play the time with a lamp and like how to say that tempo. I don't know
Yes.
if you
Yeah, I know
yeah
what you mean. Yeah.
and massive heal with my shift
Yeah. Yeah. Yep. Okay.
and yeah build window fast,
Yep.
like very fast.
Yes. Yes, exactly. So you have abilities, like you said, that help this composition. Lots of healing, a little bit of pressure. Your shift heals everybody around you. You can lamp is very good in these neutral fights. Window is a very good ultimate here as well. So it makes a lot of sense. Okay, so do you have in your mind a general idea of how you'll use your immortality field? How would you use it? Just generally,
Uh,
how would you use it?
to counter powerful cooldowns like ults or even flashbang or freeze
Okay.
of my rain.
Okay.
And
Sure. What?
I don't know if that's right, but sometimes I just go to 1v1 someone
Uh-huh.
which is alone, and I lump myself to not die.
Sure. Okay. I mean, if you win the duel and you win the fight as a result, sure. I
Yeah.
think it's fine. What about your shift?
Um, Not too early and not too late. Like
What does that mean? When do you do it?
um, when my team is low, but everyone, or when my rain is very critical.
Okay. Okay. How much healing does shift do to your team?
Uh, I don't know the stats.
Okay. So that might be
I
a good
know.
stat to know.
Okay.
I think knowing how much like on a heal does is like maybe not if you're like think, oh, it's 75 or 80, it's something like that. But the reason why I asked that about shift is most people don't understand how little healing it actually does for your team. It only does 75 healing total for your team.
Okay.
So I believe it does double that for you. I might be slightly wrong with my numbers, but it's at least double that for you. So the reason I say that is not to tell you to only use it for yourself. That would also be bad. But to kind of understand that it's going to do a lot less healing for your team. So keep that in mind with how you use it. You can use it, save it more for a self-heal. You can use it mid-fight to top off your Lucio, your Kree, your Mei, to give your Ryan and Diva just a little bit more sustain. I think those are all fine uses of it, but just keep that in mind. A lot of people think, oh, it's like 120, 150 healing. Like, no, it's not. It got nerfed hard. So just keep that in mind. Okay, so you talked early on about how you have a lot of AoE healing with your right click, right? Especially with the direct hits now. And then you talked about pressure with your gun. Can you talk more about that, please?
I pressure the enemy rain mostly with like spamming left click, right click, left click, right click.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean that work because in Macri May you have a lot of pressure with the Kree, but May is not that good.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, you can pressure the DPS that take off angle.
Okay. Sure.
And defend yourself
Sure.
when you get dived.
Yep, makes sense. Now you specifically brought up Ryan as the first target that you'd shoot with your gun. Why?
Because the fastest the rain shield goes down, the more advantage you're gonna get in the fight.
Okay. Now wouldn't it be more valuable to shoot like a Kree or a Bap or a Diva instead of Ryan? Like a Ryan shield?
I don't think so.
Why not?
I mean, that depends of the state of the fight. If you're in early fight, middle fight, or ending fight.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. I think one thing that I agree with you on is the reason why I think Ryan Shield is important to shoot early on is just the simple fact that it's easy, and it's constant pressure. If you're trying to be shooting the McCree behind the Ryan Shield, or and you know he's positioned very safely, and then heal your Ryan at the same time, that can be a little awkward, as I'm sure you know. So if it's sometimes just shooting the Ryan Shield and healing your Ryan, shooting a Ryan Shield, healing your Ryan, that's the easiest thing that you can do. And like you said, very importantly, depending on how the fight goes or mid-fight, you see other opportunities, you can take them. Do you agree?
Yep.
Okay. So last thing I want to talk to you about, two things. How do you use your ultimate?
Take space first thing.
Okay.
And to maybe get a pick. For example, if I see a Zarya with no bubble, I'm gonna solo window her to kill her fast, especially if she's charged.
Okay, sounds good. How about your positioning? How do you position as Bap?
Mostly behind the rain to be safe, but if I have safe high ground, I go on.
Okay. Okay. Do you think about cover at all?
Yeah, more with Ana, but yeah.
Why more with Ana?
Because you're more susceptible to death, I think.
Sure. Okay, that makes sense. Okay, so we've kind of established a little bit of a baseline with a lot of these abilities, right? I think just about everything except maybe your exo boots, but I want to kind of limit our focus for right now. So you've talked about your ult, your positioning, your shift, your lamp, even your weapon, correct?
Yeah.
So now what we do is we go into this and there's an expectation of how you should play. Not because I told you what to do, but because you told me what was the right thing to do, correct? And I agree with you. I agree with you with all these points. I think you're absolutely right. So all we have to do now is we go in and we measure you up to the perfect Bat player that you just created. So let's actually see. You ready?
Yes.
Let's go. Now, what do you think about this shift? Go back just a little bit.
I think I did it to because I knew my Rain or my Diva I was gonna get a lot of damage, so I did it to secure the fight. I mean, we got a pick, so I wanted to go ahead and push them.
Yep.
They were walled.
Yep. Now, this is a really important question because I know some people in chat are going to be like, oh, he wasted shift, he wasted shift, he wasted shift. But there's something very important. Is this shift necessarily like really going to save your diva?
Maybe not.
Maybe not. But who else is this shift hitting right now, or should be hitting?
Lucio, Rain.
Who else?
Maybe May.
Maybe May as well.
Yeah.
Now, this is where I would argue that if you're shifting diva, maybe not so much. But if you're shifting all of these squishies right now, maybe it is worth it. Because what's happening right now in the team fight? What's happening?
Both things are walled. They wasted lamp and amp of Lucio. So we have advantage. And Bap can't heal Rain right now.
Right. There's a big ugly brawl happening right now, right? Yeah. And a 5-second heal over time, basically inspire in terms of the amount of healing it does from Brig. On your May, on your Lucio, on, I mean, you like if you hit your Kree, but your Diva and your Rhine, that will be useful. That will be useful. Would you agree?
Yeah, I do that a lot, to be honest.
Sure, but you have to make sure that's what's happening. What has to be happening between the two teams?
We destroyed the lamp and pushed the Rain, I think. Maybe that can force him to drop.
Okay. Now, what about your shift usage, though? Because that was my initial question. Like, when you use a shift mid-fight like this one worked. Why? This one was good. Why? Why was this one good? Because what was happening? Don't overthink this. It's very simple.
Okay. Yeah, I don't have the answer.
Okay. Keep thinking then. It's not complicated. Are these teams poking at each other from a million miles away?
No, we're at close range.
So what's happening right now?
We're gonna fight.
It's a big, ugly fight.
Yeah.
And 75 healing on 4 or 5 targets right now, in the middle of this big, ugly fight, is worth a lot. Would you agree?
Yes.
So what are you looking for? Why is this shift good? I ask you again.
Because I can. It's good because we have the advantage of healing compared to the enemy team.
Is your May gonna get value out of that 75 healing right now? Looking at where she's positioned, is she playing very aggressively right now where she's positioned?
No. Yeah.
Yeah, kind of.
It's not at her Rain.
Yeah, she's very pushed up. Look at your Kree. Do you think your Kree could use the 75 healing right now?
Yes.
What about your Lucio?
More than the others.
Yeah. What about you? Do you think you're kind of in a scary spot right now?
Yes.
Kind of. Yeah. You don't have great cover, do you?
No.
So the point is this: you can shift mid-fight, early fight, even if you're basically full HP. But you only do it when there's something very aggressive and messy happening. You see that?
Yes.
Do you see this right here? This is a situation where you probably can anticipate your May, your Kree, your Diva, your Lucio, and your Rhine. Everybody's going to be taking a lot of damage because you guys are in the middle of this team fight. So if you shift now, you keep everybody healthy. Now, it's not a lot of healing. We talked about that. But I think this is a good shift. Does that all that make sense?
That's exactly what I have in mind when I do that.
Excellent. Excellent. So you have the right idea then. Now, would like for you, even though obviously the priority is breaking that lamp, but especially because you know your team is not full HP right now, what should you be trying to do while you're doing this lamp break?
Right click.
There's a little too much left click here, and that's not a very hard target to shoot. Would you agree?
Yeah, that's
Okay.
my Reign.
Yep. So you're tunneling your Ryan, your Diva, and your Mei really are not going to be full HP because they missed probably, what was it, 2 right clicks you probably could have landed on them. So that's not great. Uh-oh. Now what causes this? What causes this? Because I'm not gonna flame you for lamping, okay? But why did you lamp? What puts you guys in a bad position?
Because I thought we will continue to push and take the cover of the wall just next to me. But my Reign went backward, so
yep.
I was.
So there's different ideas of what you were doing. That, but also, why is your Ryan critical?
Because I missed my 2 shots.
Yes.
While breaking the lamp.
Yes. So you could have landed at least 2 healing shots on this Ryan, on this Mei, on this Diva. That would have meant that maybe you didn't feel the need to use lamp at all. Correct?
Yes.
So there's 2 problems here. The first problem is that you didn't use your healing. You've tunneled on your shots when your team needed healing. And the second problem is the problem that you said, which is you wanted your team to push up with the lamp and take advantage of that. Now, whose fault is that?
Mine.
Yes. Why is it your fault?
Because I didn't play correct.
Okay. What could you do? What could you do? Now, I'm not talking about the healing right now. I'm talking about the lamp. What could you do to make sure that your team actually pushes properly around this lamp?
Throw it on the wall.
Okay.
Just right next to the wall.
Now, you're in a scrimmage here, so what else can you do? This isn't just random ranked.
Call it.
Yes. Push. I have lamp. Push lamp. Push lamp. Push lamp. Because you have an advantage, don't you?
Yeah.
So you push. And if you're Ryan, if you call that you're Ryan, I have lamp. You can push. Your Ryan will push. Now you don't have to. You shouldn't be calling every push, right? That's kind of like your Ryan will call that or your Mei will call that. Yes.
Yes.
But you have a lamp advantage. You saw that you have lamp advantage, and if your Ryan knows that I'm gonna get lamped, I trust my Bap. Easily push up here, even though you miss the heal shots. It doesn't matter. You will be fine. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Okay. And like I said, because this is not ranked, this is a scrimmage. Your Ryan will listen. Your Ryan will trust you. It's the same thing as saying, "Monkey, I have nano," right? Yes. So you missed 2 opportunities here, and this feels pretty bad. Okay. Does all this make sense so far, Neko?
Yes.
Okay.
I mean, we're in a bad spot now.
Yes, you're in a very bad spot. Okay. By the way, let me ask you another question, so we can be very clear here. Right now, should you be flicking your crosshair from here to here? Heal, damage, or is it okay to just heal right now? What do you think?
It's okay to... I think it's okay to just heal.
Why?
Because I have mates in critical.
Mm-hmm. So it's very important you land these shots. Yeah.
Yeah.
Why else is it okay? Is this easy damage for you to do? An easy flick?
No, not really.
Not really. It's not. It's fairly easy, but it's a little awkward. So anytime that you have to do a hard flick with your crosshair to land damage and heal, especially when somebody's critical, like you said, it's okay to not do damage for a little bit. Do you agree?
Yeah, I agree.
Okay. Now, what should you try and not use right now? What should you try and not use if you can?
Shift.
Shift. Yeah, you should try it. Why?
Because
what's not happening right now?
The big fight. So I have time to heal them without my shift.
Right. You should. Now, I'm gonna be sad if your Ryan's shield breaks and the Mei gets a headshot and you're like, oh no, that might happen. That's unlucky. But you shouldn't have to shift right now. You should be able to just heal and then save shift in just a second when you guys fight again.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's see. No, I don't like what your Mei is doing right now, but that's okay. So again, this shift here, why are you shifting here? What are you anticipating to happen? I'm not saying what do you expect to happen?
To be honest, I just took damage, so I shift.
Oh no. Oh no. See, I'm thinking, you know, Neko thinks that they're gonna push out and brawl, so maybe a shift here is why. No, it's not perfect, but you got tickled across the map, and then, you know, you shift. To be honest with you, I don't think this is a huge deal. I think this is something that you'll want to improve. You know, this shift is not good, but perfect shift usage is going to take some time to improve. So don't worry if it's not perfect right now, as long as you recognize it. Now, why are you prioritizing this side? Why are you going here and not here?
Because I follow my rain, and I think my rain called that.
Why? Why do you follow your rain?
Because I don't have to take off anger. That's my lucha job.
Okay.
Not mine.
Sure. What do you want to do right now? Or what do you want to do soon? What's the plan?
Window them.
Okay.
Once I go on the choke behind me.
Yep. So right here, you want a window in this location here?
Yep.
Okay. Why do you want a window there? And why do you not want a window here? Or why do you not want a window here?
Because if I window left side, they can just rotate right side.
Okay.
And what was the other place?
I mean, anywhere on the point, anywhere else, maybe back a point or in the mini. Why would you not, like, why here?
Because it's a choke first, and if I window here, they can't get to point.
Okay.
And we have all the space on point.
Sure. Now, what do you want if you had the perfect window to kill the entire enemy team with just window? What would you want to have? Like, what setup would you like? Would you like short sight lines, long sight lines, high ground, cover? What would you want?
Short sight lines, or I mean,
in other
this
words,
map, yeah.
Do you want a long distance between you and the enemy team with your window, or do you want short distance? Like, what do you want?
Not long, because they can hide.
Okay. So you want them to be reasonably close.
But not too close, because they just can move forward and pass the window.
Okay, sure. How about windowing here when they come out to like here?
They have a cover and the mega.
Do you think this is enough cover for versus a window?
No.
No, I don't think so. Okay. Okay. What do you think about windowing? Well, let's just think about it. Like, what do you think about this window here? Ignore the fact, I assume this is where you're going to window, but like pretend that you didn't know that. What do you think about this window? Do you think this window's okay?
No.
Why? What are they going to do if you window here?
Back.
You're going to back up, or
push.
Or push.
But if they push, they're getting destroyed.
You think so?
That depends if they have a speed boost or not.
Okay. What else could kind of screw you up? Speed boost? What else?
The wall.
Mm-hmm.
The matrix.
Mm-hmm. Do you think if they wall right here, that you will still get good value out of your window?
No.
Okay. What about windowing back here? Back a point.
I do not agree.
Okay.
Because that gave them the space that we need.
So you're saying that if we wall back window here, you guys want to control this area up here?
At least the point.
So you want a window before they even get to the point, generally?
Yeah.
Okay, makes sense. What about windowing high ground up here or low ground down here? What do you think?
Not enough sight lines.
Okay, it's hard to see. Okay.
Yeah.
So I want you to think, what would be the best location to window If you had time to like do this again, where would you window and why?
Just before the stairs at the choke.
Here?
No, the choke behind where my team is.
Okay, why here?
Because you have the sidelines and you do not have too much distance.
Okay. You guys, so you're scared of Maywall though. So how are you going to play around that? Because if you get Maywall, it's just done. You guys are screwed.
Yeah.
So what are you going to do?
I don't know, honestly.
Okay. Because this is the problem. The way you're describing this ultimate use is completely shut down if all they do is press one Maywall, and then you get nothing out of this. Now, obviously, window in general can get shut down by Maywall, really no matter where you place it. But you're placing it in a location where not only does it shut down the window, but this Maywall right here is also really good at splitting your team. So you're letting them get just a beautiful, perfect Maywall, and you're all stacked right here. So
Yes.
You're saying that that's what you want to do with the sight lines, and they don't have a lot of cover, and you think you can make it work, but you're not giving me any reason how you're going to make it work. So if you want to try if you think this is good, that's fine, but you need to convince me with an argument, because your argument here, there is no argument. You've said that you don't know how you're going to make it work. Okay, well then I don't know how you're going to make it work either. So I want to play this fight out a little bit. Like, how are you going to make that work there? I mean, they even beat you to the punch, didn't they? They were windowing faster.
Yeah.
So is the mistake there that you guys should have just windowed faster?
I don't know. I mean, they took the space with it.
Okay.
I think that's a good window for them, but not for us.
Okay. So I'm not gonna like harp on this one any longer. I'm not gonna stay in it any longer. But I want you to think about this. I want you to think about this even after this review is over. I want you to think about this window more. Even if you want to brainstorm some ideas in this map and send me some screenshots and DMs afterwards to think about like different places or ways that you can make that window work, or maybe there's a different location you thought of. But I can tell you right now that that game plan to window there in that location, it doesn't work. It doesn't work, and it doesn't, at least not consistently. I don't care what rank you are. This is not going to work consistently. So you need to come up with a better idea than this, especially because this is your ultimate. It's your ultimate, your responsibility to set it up. And if you're not getting good value out of your ultimates, or you're picking locations that are not good, then that's your responsibility. Does that make sense?
Yes.
So you need to find a better spot, or you need to find a way to make that window work. Okay. Because this is disaster. You know, obviously you've kited 2 ultimates. That's good, but we would have liked you to kite those ultimates maybe over here or over back of point. This being all in this little small area here, that's not good at all. That's not good for you, or it's not good for your team. I assume you're about to window this.
Yeah.
Okay. What do you think about this window?
This is good, but that could be better.
Yeah, it's what you guys need to get out of here, right? But the bad part is that you guys, it still can easily get walled, and then your entire team is all clumped up in a small area, and then you're going to lose again. So even this is understandable. You need to do this, but it still doesn't feel good, right?
Yes.
And by the way, chat, I want you guys thinking about this as well. Okay, good lamp. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Like, you see how bad this feels.
Yeah.
This is so sad. You're all in a very, very small location. Now, obviously, I'm not coaching your team, I'm coaching you. But I do think that part of the reason why you guys are here is because of a kind of a weird window setup earlier that you guys never really recovered from. Okay. Okay. Oh dear. Now, I'm going to ask you again, is this a good shift? We've already talked about what a good shift, when it's good, when it's bad. Bang. Is this a good shift?
Yes.
Why?
Because there is my Ren and my Lucio with me.
Yeah. What else?
Uh,
You might even catch a
um,
Kree here too.
no, I don't think so.
You don't think so? Okay. Well, what's happening right now that makes this a good shift?
The mess.
Yes.
In the fight.
The mess. Yeah. I mean, exactly. It's chaos, right? And that's 75 healing. Your Lucio will get that. You will benefit from the 150 healing, most likely right now. I think this is a fine shift. Now, I am curious, though. Ah! Doesn't hit him. I thought for sure it was going to hit him.
No, that's then
tragedy. Tragedy. Okay. Okay. Good shift. And this is great weapon play as well. Good damage, good healing, and you're still damaging because this diva is so close to your Rhine, so it's very easy. Damage heal, damage heal, damage heal, damage heal. Very good. Keep healing. Ah, this could have healed a little bit there.
Yeah.
Just a little bit. I'm being it's an American phrase, nitpicky. I'm being very picking on tiny little details. I shouldn't do that. Now stop. Oh no, Neko, you're not healing. Why are you not healing?
Ego.
Ego. That's great. Okay, but why would you not heal here, Neko?
Because I absolutely want the kill.
You really want the kill. Okay.
Yeah.
Here's the thing. You should not heal right now. You should only damage now. Why?
Because we want the burn the fastest we can.
I mean, yes, maybe, but that's not the answer I'm looking for. Keep thinking. Why should you only damage now?
She has no ice block.
Yes, and
she's on the wall.
And
on a high ground.
And
I can kill her.
You can kill her. Why? How? What HP is she at?
35.
Yes.
Maybe 40.
She's 1 HP.
Oh,
Get the kill.
Sure.
Listen, guys. If you have to stop healing to get a guaranteed kill, you get the kill. Like what you were talking about with a lamp earlier, right? You don't even have to lamp this. You just have to stop healing for 1 second and you get the kill. It is worth. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So this is good. If you can guarantee a kill, then don't heal, man. Same thing as Ana, you know? Like if you stop healing your Rhine for 1 second, but you get that guaranteed kill, it's worth it. Because the problem is if you start doing damage and healing right now, what's the danger? What's the risk? If you
yeah, the Lucio is back.
Yeah.
I mean, and I think my Macri is focused on another target.
Yep.
So we maybe not get the kill.
You might not
get ice block back. Yeah. And contest and
exactly.
Maybe lose the fight.
The simple answer is you just might miss more shots because you're focusing on healing and damage. Right? It happens. Yeah. You can't. Nobody's perfect. You're not a robot. You can't. You're not going to be like heal, damage, heal, damage, heal, damage. Whenever you do focus on healing or focus on damage, you're going to do that one better. So right now, it's like your team is most like nobody's critical, everybody's fine, and this Mei is 1 HP. Get the kill, which is exactly what you do. Although you do, out of habit, throw a heal. Like, that's a good trust see. Whenever I play BAP, I am a terrible BAP. I do this all the time. I start healing the enemy out of habit. You know, just like you're so used to doing left, right, left, right, left, right. You start left righting on the enemy. But whatever. Okay, that's okay. Oh no. Okay, this one isn't a terrible shift. I'm not gonna pick on you, but probably didn't need it. But you're probably fine. Okay. Now, I don't like this very much. I don't like what you're doing right now. Now, I understand why you're doing it. So why are you positioned here?
Little high ground.
Yeah. Why are you here? Why are you? Where else could you get more value?
Behind my shield, I guess. But yes. That's dangerous.
That's what?
dangerous because
Okay.
if my Rain just get off shield, I
Uh-huh.
take like a headshot from Kree and from Mei. I can die fast.
Okay, that's true. If this Ryan drops shield and you get headshot by the McCree and eat a May icicle to the head, then you will die. That is correct. What are the chances of that happening if you stand in your cover?
0.
0.00001%. I have watched, I don't even know how many times I've watched this matchup, this composition, the brawl versus brawl, hundreds of hours. And I have seen that happen maybe 3 times. That somebody gets one shot across the map by just random luck. Now, what happens if you don't stand with your Ryan? What does your team lose? Because here's the thing. There's always a trade-off, okay? Are you safer here? Yes. But what does your team lose?
Pressure from my left click.
Yes. What does that mean? What does pressure do? What does it do? Like, give me something specific.
What do you mean?
Like, what does pressure do? Like, if you're right here, you're doing pressure. What does that mean? What is pressure?
I don't know. Like, I can press the Rain and they maybe can't push because of that. Because they have no shield. They have no resources to get in the fight.
Okay. So you slow them down immensely. Okay.
Yeah.
What else might happen? Now you're telling me that if you play near cover, standing behind a Ryan shield in a perfect location, that there's a chance that you die to a McCree and a May headshot simultaneously, right? What else is there a chance of happening to the enemy team if you're shooting?
Same. I mean,
the same
I
thing.
should the Rain go off shield and we kill someone.
Yes. You break the Ryan shield, you force all the Matrix, you land, a couple of body shots on the McCree or the Lucio or the May or the Baptiste and you kill them. Now it's even worse for them though. The chances are much higher for them to die than for you. Why? Where do they have to go?
They have to pass the choke and the open field.
Yes, they have nowhere to go. So let me tell you, out of my hundreds of hours watching this matchup, that has happened many more than 2 or 3 times. Where the attackers die because the enemy Baptiste or you do damage.
Yeah.
That happens a lot. Maybe 100 times, 200 times, 300 times. 100 times more than you die.
Okay.
So keep that in mind. Thank you guys for the subs. Except for Backbone. Hate that guy. So my point is that, is there a risk of you being here? Yes, there is a risk. But you can mitigate that by playing your cover. And if you do no damage with your hero because you're too scared of peeking and you're too scared of dying, then you shouldn't be playing BAP. That's what the hero does. For every risk that you make, you're doubling the risk for the enemy team. At least if you play it smart. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Okay. So very important. Not only do you have a chance of getting picks, you force resources, like you said, you slow them down, all sorts of things. Okay.
Wait, please.
Yes.
I just want to say I'm doing the track ult of my team. So I was probably doing the track ult right now.
You're doing the what? The fight call?
No, the track ult. I mean,
the old track. Oh, yeah. Yeah. So when you're doing that, sometimes you're not thinking about shooting. Sometimes you're thinking about other things. So that's okay.
Yeah.
That's understandable. Okay. Yeah, so I want you here. I understand that it might be a little awkward to flick and heal your Kree May. That might be a little awkward, but I think it's okay. It's more important that you're doing some pressure here. You need to be using your gun.
Okay.
Tragedy. Oh no. Oh no. It happened. You knew it. You knew it all along. Let's actually see what happens here. Listen, if your Lucio is shooting, you should be shooting. I think Lucio does a lot less damage.
Yeah.
Yeah, so he eats a fire strike and he's even in front of shield. So he's not even near cover, so yeah. Okay. Oh no, you missed Maywall too. Okay. Very, very sad. Oh, nice. Oh no, very sad. Okay, so let's look at this again. A lot of things are happening all at once. Okay. Now this. What do you think about this lamp? Bad or good?
Awesome stuff with London.
Good.
Maybe you can take
I
a
mean,
look at
great
what's
at
in
least.
next. Copium.
Because I
Great.
protect my...
Okay. What do you
Not
think?
that
Why?
good. It could be better. I mean, maybe inside a room. So...
Okay. Maybe. I think it's pretty good. It's pretty good. What is good about this lamp? What is good?
While my diva is frozen, she doesn't take damage,
Okay.
and she has bomb.
Okay. What else is good?
So
Think about where it's
the
placed.
diva is focusing the lamp.
Yeah. What else is good? Where is the lamp positioned? It's not perfect.
Behind the wall.
Yeah. So it's a little hard. That bat, for example, takes him a little longer to shoot it, right? This is good. And ultimately, it does save the diva's life and allows her to launch a good bomb. Now, the thing is lamp always going to save somebody's life?
Maybe not.
Maybe not. But what did you say about the enemy diva? What does it force the enemy diva to do?
The focus?
To focus the lamp and not the diva. So even if your diva dies anyway, it takes them longer to get the kill. And if it takes them longer to get the kill, that means more opportunity for your Rein, your Mei, and for you to do other things, right?
Yeah.
So this was good lamp. Good placement. It was on a specific target. It allowed that target to survive. Very good. Now, what I do not like, and maybe it was an accident, I do not like this. I do not like this. What could be better done about this?
Wait until my diva bomb is finished.
No, I think doing it at the same time is fine. Like maybe they bomb, you bomb here, and they're like, run for the bomb, and they run in and they walk into your window, right?
Yeah.
What could be done better?
Could be closer to me.
Why is that better?
Because I have more range.
Yeah. If it's here, now you can shoot Rein and Lucio with it, right? Instead of just diva. Why else is that good? What can this diva do? As soon as you window, what is a good diva going to do?
Matrix the window.
And?
Yeah.
And? What else are you going to do? Matrix the window. And push you. Right.
Yeah.
So if she flies on top of you, and your window is over here, are you doing anything with that window?
No.
No, you're not. If you have the window close, can you still use it if the diva flies on top of you?
Yeah.
Yes, you can almost like do a shield dance. Right? Dance in and out of the window and do damage to it, right? So you need, obviously, I think this was just a mistake. I don't think you meant to be it this far, but it's good to think about. Okay?
Yes.
Window is fine. Now I notice you're not doing any healing right now.
No.
Why?
Because I have no one to heal.
Okay. That's a pretty good answer. Let's say that your Mei had taken a little bit of damage. Right?
It has ice block.
Okay.
Maybe.
Okay. Why else would you prioritize damage right now and not heal as much?
Because Rain has almost broken shield.
And you are using what right now?
Can you repeat, please?
And what are you using right now? Like what's on? What ultimate?
Damage.
Mm-hmm.
Increased damage.
Yes.
So
it's just
why heal?
Yeah, exactly. Like this is a situation where it would be very hard to heal. You probably don't need to heal. And you have double damage. Please use that. Now, I'm not saying when you window, you never heal. You saw a lot of the times when you window, you heal. You get double healing too. But sometimes this is like the Mei situation earlier. Remember the Mei? Where we're like, I think you can get the kill with this, so maybe don't worry about healing. Yeah. Same kind of thing right now. You were going to say something?
Yeah, in setup fight, when we window early, we're trying to window my rain, land, and fire strike, and then push further the window so I can double heal him.
Sure.
Heal him.
That's a great play. That's a great play. And look what happens. Huge.
Yeah.
Huge. Your Ryan gets back in. Great value. No.
Yes.
No. Why is this a mistake?
To heal?
Yes.
Because someone is shadow.
Yes, somebody is shattered behind a window. You land 2 body shots, they're dead.
Yeah.
Oh no. Oh no. Disaster. He survives.
Yeah.
It's okay. It's okay. But again, those are the details, right? That's not as important as the other things. Nice. Okay. Now, what should you be doing right now? At least a little bit.
Pressure.
Yes, just a little bit. Pressure. Right, just a little bit. Not by yourself, but your Rhine is peeking, so you can peek too. Just a little bit.
Yeah.
Now, this is my problem, okay, with how you guys are taking fights. I think it's okay for right now, but you need to be very careful about your positioning here. What's the problem with your positioning here?
I'm exposed to the right side flanks.
Yes. Yes. Where's your cover?
Nowhere.
Nowhere. So you need to start thinking, if we're going to take fights here, then where do I want to be?
Maybe on the top.
Maybe. Where else?
Or behind my range.
Do you think this is going to be good cover?
No. Inside.
Yes.
On low ground.
Yes. Yes. Much better. I probably think, I think this is probably a slightly better location. I'm a little concerned about McCree from here. But I think either one of these is better. I don't think these are good positions, but you don't have any other option, do you?
Yeah.
So if you guys choose to fight here, you need to find a spot. So this is not good. This is not acceptable. Welp. It's a good time to bring up positioning, isn't it?
Yeah.
Because look at what happens immediately as we bring it up. If you had been, if you had been inside, safe. If you had been top, whoops, I cannot use my buttons. There you go. Safe. Correct?
Yeah. Yes.
It's not unlucky. It's stupid. If you guys lose this fight, you know why.
That's my fault.
Yeah, it's your fault. Okay, huge. You guys managed to clutch it out. So now we've gone pretty slow here. We've gone pretty slow. So how are you feeling energy wise? Is this?
Yeah, I like it.
You feel okay? Okay, because this is generally a little longer. Because like obviously this being our first review, there's a lot to talk about. I think the things that I'm interested in looking at. Well, actually, you tell me. What are things standing out to you right now that are look to be important or that I need to get better at?
Positionment.
Okay.
At the beginning of the fight.
Okay. Well, what in regards to like thinking about where you need to be, or what? Can you explain that a little bit more?
Yeah. That's a lot.
Okay. Okay. What else?
And maybe heal a bit more.
Maybe.
Well,
actually, and this is why I'm asking you. I'm not asking you because I think you're gonna have a great read on it necessarily, but you know your play better than I do. I've watched one round of one scrim ever, right?
Yeah.
So what do you think? Do you think that you sometimes you often don't heal enough?
No, I don't feel it.
Okay, so then don't worry about it. It just happened in this one round. Don't worry about it. Now, what about your ultimate usage? We've only talked about that a little bit, but do you think that that's something that you need to work on?
Yeah, a lot.
Okay. What about it? What about your ultimate usage needs to get better?
Positionment.
Okay.
And timing.
Okay. So the reason why that's important is because that we know exactly what we need to work on here, but we can focus on what you feel that you need to improve on. But also, it saves us some time because what we're going to do now is we're going to skip to the next round. And we don't have to look at your shift usage. We don't have to look at your lamps. We don't even have to look at your healing. we think those things are okay, right? You've had good shifts,
Yes.
good lamps, but I want to see your ultimates and I want to see your positioning. Do you agree?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh boy. Enemy comp, it's gonna be hard. It's gonna be challenging.
Yeah.
We'll wait till the fight actually starts and then we'll check positioning. Now, is this a good position for you to be?
Yes, I think.
Why?
Because I can't get booped, and the Pharah can't get to me
Mm-hmm.
easy.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Do you have cover?
Yeah.
Okay. Now, I will say this. Pharah is a weird hero. Sometimes she is one of the few heroes that almost makes you want to play out in the open rather than in a small room. So
Yeah.
this might be a little rough because it's easier for her to land rockets in here. But besides that detail, I think this is very good. And I don't think you really have any other good option because for you to go outside, you will get booped. So maybe optimally, if you could play like somewhere here where there's a little bit more space, that would be good. But then your team wants to push up top, so you probably need to be with them. So all of those details aside, is this positioning decent?
Yes.
Yes, and that's all we care about. That's good enough. And we don't even need to look at anything but your positioning right now. We can go 2 times speed, 3 times speed. If I could play at 10 times speed, I'd do that. Okay. Okay, here comes the moment. The moment of truth is coming. Very important.
Yeah.
Let's see. Now, before we actually play this, right before you actually, like, let me wait, I'll pause. 3, 2, 1, pause. How, like, obviously you have to always, at least a little bit, respond to what the enemy team does, right? But, like, let's say that you don't know what they're, like, let's just say you don't really know for sure. How should you window this? Where should you window this? Do you have any ideas?
Maybe.
They have to think about their comp, don't you?
Yeah, I want like solo window the Pharah right now.
Okay. You want to solo into the fire.
If she exposes herself.
Yeah.
And the basement.
Okay.
I would put here right on my right.
Right here? Or down here?
Yeah. No, not down.
Okay, up here?
Yeah.
Okay, that sounds good. Sounds okay to me. What are the other spots might be good?
On the little space inside right.
In here?
Yeah.
Yeah, I like this window. This is good too. Got good sight lines. Good. Where would be a bad window? Let's put it that way. Against this composition.
In the top, just on the top, on the
Just here?
extra top. Yeah,
Just here?
yeah.
Why?
Because you don't have good sight lines of the point.
Why else would it be
And
bad?
you can't get much value
Okay.
of it.
What would happen as soon as you window here? What would happen? Do you remember what happened? We were talking about with the diva example on the previous point.
Yeah.
Why would this not be good? If you window here?
Because they have dive, and the diva can just matrix it.
Yep.
And the monkey jump on us.
Yes. And then are you getting any value out of your window?
Yeah.
No, not really, are you? So at least with here, they can still dive you, but it's much harder for them to do so. Same thing here. If you make it very easy for them to dive you, then your window will not do anything. Now, I will say this, because this window, like because of that very same reason, that's also why I didn't really like this window here. For the very same reason. Because of how easy they could just wall you and rush you, and now your window does nothing.
Yeah.
Now, we won't talk about this window anymore, but I want you to think about it that way. Okay. So let's see how. So you told me how you should window. So the question is, how does our window actually look? Let's see. I see an onanade coming in right as we paused it, so that's kind of scary.
Yeah.
Ooh. Ooh, you could also, by the way, you could do like these little hide windows, like you and your crew can hide here and go 3, 2, 1, walk out window. That's really, really good. Especially if you've got like a high noon, that's super fun.
Okay.
Little things that you can do. Okay, alright. They're uh-oh, nade. Good. Oh, nice. Didn't even use shift. Wow. Nice job. Very good. Very good discipline. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Well, that was scary.
Yeah, I knew she had barrage, so
Yeah.
that's why I dropped them.
Yeah. Oh. Oh no. Okay, so we never really get a chance to use window here. So now you might be thinking, oh, that's okay. I just never got the opportunity. They just went really aggressive with barrage. You know what? I'm sorry. You don't get away with that. That's still a mistake. My problem here isn't the fact that you use window incorrectly, right? You didn't use it at all. My problem is that the enemy team, the enemy composition makes windowing a little bit hard, right?
Yeah.
But did you solve it and figure out an answer in this game? No, you didn't. You didn't use it. Now, just a few minutes ago, did we think of it and solve some answers? Yes, we did.
Yeah.
So I have expectations now. I expect you to, next time that you play something like this, that you think of some ideas, that you try some ideas, that you don't just not use your ultimate, that you think of something. Because the thing is that like right now, this is really the only ultimate you have right now. So this really needs to be your plan. It needs to be what your team is doing. Diva Bomb is a little hard to play around, right? You don't have Blizzard yet, you don't have High Noon, you don't have Beat, you don't even have Shatter. So this window must work. You must make it work. You must be creative, right?
Yeah.
You can't. So, you know, maybe you did have a plan and then something weird happened, right? And then you couldn't window. That's okay. But you really want to try and make it work. You were saying something. Sorry, I interrupted.
Yeah, I think I could window really early when the Farah shows herself on the little window. Then she just couldn't bash in barrages.
Yeah, you could have. That might have thrown them off timing wise too. So let's look at this right here. You window 3, 2,
right
now. You window here.
Yeah.
Now maybe she goes, oh no, I can't go in, and she runs away, right? Now, why would that still be good? Let's say the pharmacy runs away. Why would that still be good for your team? What would happen?
I can double heal them. Especially with my Rain and Macri.
Yep. What do you see how this would be really bad for their tanks too? Because their tanks think that Farah is going in. You window, Farah goes out. Tanks are they're stuck over here, aren't they? So you can now shoot them and maybe kill them. And if nothing else, you will get 15 seconds of time, extra time. You build your Blizzard, you build your High Noon, you build your Beat, maybe you build your Shatter. You see that? You give yourself time to build extra ultimates. Or we talked about you could hide, you can let them dive, and then you can peek out in window here after they dive, right?
Yes.
But be creative. You're a smart player. You've thought of some good ideas, and you've said a lot of really smart things in this review. But you're not showing it right now. This is not good. Thank you, Cody, for the gifted subs. That was very generous of you. I got 5 gifted subs. That's really nice. Okay. Now, the only good thing... Oh, no. The only good thing about this is that means that we get to think again, right? Because you're gonna be retaking again, aren't you? So now you get to tell we get to think of more ideas of how to use window. Because this really is the only ultimate that you can rely on. Like, what are you gonna do? Shatter them on high ground, right? Like, what are you gonna do with your shatter? So really, you can maybe shatter their monkey, or make a way to find like window value. So you tell me, how are you gonna make this window work? Maybe not get a million kills, but how is this window going to help you? What are you gonna do, or what should you do?
Zone Farah.
Okay.
Get the Farah away from us.
Where? From where?
From the point.
Okay, so you're just gonna walk out here and window like this.
Yeah.
I don't like that at all. I think it's better than nothing, but I don't like it. Now
It will be
I
honest.
want you. Okay, yeah. I want you to think like a Pharah player right now. Okay, think like a Pharah player. What is she gonna? What is she? What is she gonna do? Where does she want to shoot from? As you guys, let's say you guys walk out here. Where do you think she's gonna go?
Just play around the pillar.
She's gonna play around the pillar, and she might even peek around this way. You kind of see what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah.
She's playing around one spot that she knows that you're gonna come from. She knows it. She sees your Rhine Shield. So I want you to turn on your brain. How are we gonna make this work?
I got it.
Oh.
I think I got it. I window her on the place that she doesn't expect.
Which is where?
Behind me. I don't really know.
Where would you do it?
Right side there.
You could try. Yeah, this wouldn't be terrible. You could also get your your Lucio and Cree and sneak in here. 3, 2, 1, and window here. Is it risky? yeah. But you guys don't really have another choice, do you?
No.
And I'm telling you, it'll work. It'll work more than it won't. But I like this idea too. This is also good. Good thinking. Good thinking. Very good. Now, I'm not saying that windowing here is terrible. It'll do something, but push yourself a little bit. Think a little bit. Try different things. I'm telling you, in Overwatch League, creative, weird little plans like this, they work. In Overwatch League, they will work in your master scrims. And if nothing else, it will force you to actually think and solve. If you go here and you die instantly when you window, you should think, why did I die? Is this just bad? Was our timing good? Did we give ourselves away? Was our Rhine too far up? Right? You should start to think about that. All right. Does that make sense?
Yep.
All right, let's enjoy and see what happens here. Oh, this feels so scary. But yeah, you can see just walking into where the one spot that they know you're going to be is not very good. You're going to die now. You should die. Yeah, you die. Okay. Now, remember, we're not just talking about your window usage though, right? So like, let's say that you did want to go with your team here, okay? Where should you be? Is this a good position here?
Inside.
Yes.
No,
Instantly, right? You're going to walk with your team and then you're going to instantly go inside. Exactly. Brilliant. See, you don't need me to tell you these things anymore, do you? You know the answers yourself.
I think I need the question.
I think you need the question too. I'm glad I get to be here. But my point is that you're very smart. You know your heroes. You know the game. So go start thinking. Start thinking more about these things. Start critiquing yourself. Try different things. Don't be scared. Oh no. Oh no. Good thing happens though, and we'll finish with this. Is we're gonna get one more chance to look at your positioning and one more chance to look at your ult usage. It's perfect. This is, I assume, yeah, this is the last fight, and I assume you guys win it. Congratulations. So let's actually see what happens. Hey, you chat. Okay. Shooting Tracer a little bit. Nice. Uh-oh. You see, this is okay, you're coaching the enemy team. What's the problem here?
They are not coordinated. Like the Tracer is going back on the back while the Ana is landing a nade, like can't dive, she can't follow.
Yep, exactly. She's nading when there's no possible follow-up. So yeah, they're gonna even nano their monkey and like let's look at this monkey. That's not good at all. That's not good at all. Just a good reminder that nobody plays perfectly, right? So, but yeah, okay, very good. Nice little shift there, like a pre-shift, right? You anticipate, you see him coming in, instantly shift. That's fine. The lamp was good, and they're dead. We didn't even have to think about how to use your window. That's so boring. And like now it's just like freeload. Okay, you know what? Screw it. I'm gonna make you think a little bit. Last thing we're gonna do. Let's say they're not stupid dum-dums, okay?
Yeah.
And that they're actually gonna be smart. How would you win this team fight? Now, I'm going to actually make it harder on you, okay? I'm going to make it even harder. You've ult tracked.
#Spilo.
Yeah.
Okay? So you know what they have. Nano boost. So what do you think they're going to do this fight? I mean, what did they do?
I mean, if I anticipate what they're gonna do, I predict that they will wait that we engage first, and nano afterwards, because it's easier for the Ana to land the purple and maybe do something while the fight is already
exactly
started.
So this is really problematic, isn't it? Because that makes your positioning and your window usage a lot harder, right?
Yeah.
Because what's going to happen when the nano monkey jumps? Does your window get value? No. You get nothing. And it makes your positioning harder too. So solve this team fight. How do you still get value out of window? How do you use the window in some way, shape, or form? I've got some ideas, but I want you to think.
I think we can window Ainun. Before the nano monkey.
Yep. Turn the corner instantly. Window high noon. Okay. Why would you do that?
To stop poking from the enemy team and to take space more easily. And that with one ultimate we don't force resources like lamp or wall or anything.
Okay. Yeah, so you'll be able to keep your cooldowns. Now, I want you to turn your brain on a little more. What's going to happen as soon as you window high noon if the enemy team is good? What are they going to do?
They're going to hide?
No.
Or no, they're going to engage us.
Yes, they will do
in
one or the other.
Tiny room.
Okay, so you know that they're going to hard engage. So how do you play around this?
You maybe blizzard us when they engage.
No. Ooh, that seems like a good idea. No, I think that's a fine idea.
Okay.
Yeah, I think it's a smart idea. Okay, are there any other... So how should you position then? If you're going to window high noon and you anticipate them going to nano engage, how do you position? What do you do? What are you thinking about?
Back and not close to my range.
Yes.
But not too far back because they can just dive me more easily if I...
Right. So optimally here, a play could be, watch this. Let's think about like what you solved here. You're going to walk out. You're going to window high noon instantly right here.
Yeah.
You're either going to get a kill, or they're going to back out, or going to get resources, or they're going to hard commit. Probably hard commit. You know that, so you're going to go, all right, nano high noon now, and then as soon as they jump, or window high noon, you're going to cancel high noon, and you're going to back up and bait in here. And either you're going to blizzard them and kill them, or you're going to force that monkey to chase you all the way inside here. And is that going to feel very good for him?
Yeah.
No, not at all, right?
Oh, no, yeah.
Good for you. Yeah, I know what you meant. I know what you meant. It's going to be a very good lamp. It's going to be an easy May wall, and he's dead. I don't care if he has nano or not.
Yeah.
You see that?
Yeah.
Now we're getting really, really, really high level stuff, aren't we? But you can do that, can't you? You can do that. You just did it on the fly right now, by yourself.
Yeah.
And I'm telling you, that right there is an Overwatch League level play. You ult track, you think about their ultimates, you think about your ultimates, you go, let's do this, but watch out for this, and then you position around it. And does your window high noon get value directly? No, it doesn't get any kills necessarily. But what does it do?
That forces resources from the enemy.
It forces the resource. Exactly. It forces them to hard engage on your terms. You know exactly when they're going to nano engage. You make them do it, and then you punish it.
Yeah.
Brilliant. So this is a lot of stuff. Like, we only really had time to go over your BAP, but like the key thing here, especially with your window usage and with your positioning, which were the two things that you wanted help with, you didn't really need a lot of new information, did you? You had a good idea about how to position, a little bit of distance, being able to damage, having good cover, maybe using high ground, right, with positioning. And then with your ultimate, it was about sight lines, no cover, for the enemy team, if possible, all those kind of things. So you didn't need me to give you, and the only thing maybe I taught you is about like how you can push and do like a split flank push, right? But even then, you came up to that on your own. So all you need to do when it comes to your bat play, with your positioning and with your ultimate usage, and really with anything else, but with those two things, because those are the things that you want to work on, you need to start thinking a lot more about them. You need to go into your scrims, into your ranked, and start thinking about them constantly. You need to finish your scrim, and you need to load up one of the maps, and you need to look at your positioning, and you need to look at your ultimate usage for a couple of maps. 2 or 3 times a week. Take 20 minutes.
Okay.
And you need to give yourself feedback. Okay, that was good, that was bad, that was good, that was bad. I need to do this next time. Okay, I should have thought about this. Oh, I need to keep focused during this.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
And you can take notes if you want. You don't have to take notes, but you need to start thinking about this, because the goal is to be constantly engaged and focused with every game that you play, with every scrim that you do, with and to be thinking about, where do I need to go here? What would I do this? Now, you're going to be trying things with your windows, and you're going to be trying things with your positioning, and a lot of those things are not going to work. So it's up to you to do one of two things. You either need to not try it again and be like, that was just bad, I don't want to do that anymore, or for you to go, maybe that was okay, but I did it wrong. What do I need to adjust for next time? But the key thing is you need to solve this. You don't need any more information. You don't need any more teaching about how to position or how to use your window right now. You don't need any more. You just need to go execute. You need to practice more. You need to practice getting yourself engaged and thinking about it more, because a lot of the positioning and a lot of the ultimate usage that we saw in these two maps were just using it without even thinking, or you just standing there just because and not thinking. And that is bad. Does that make sense? Yeah. Okay. Now, last thing I'll say is, when you're thinking about things, you are going to be a slower player. You're going to make more mistakes. You might mess up your shifts and your lamps. Is that okay?
Yes.
Yes. Why?
Because I improve other things.
Yes, exactly.
And
Exactly.
I already know approximately how to use lamp and shift.
Mm-hmm.
So if I learn something else than that,
Yes.
that's better.
Yes. Yes. Exactly. And when you're shifting your gameplay from instinctual to conscious decision making, in other words, you're just kind of playing the game. You will play well when you're not thinking. You will play well. That's about your peak. I know that sounds weird, but whenever you're not thinking too hard, you will play your best. But when you start thinking, you will play a little worse, because you're slowing things down, right? But you still want to play like that most of the time, because playing conscious and slowing things down makes you better. Playing instinctual won't always make you better. Does that make sense? In other words, like when you're in practice, your coach might go up to you and be like, all right, do those push-ups all the way down, all the way up, nice and slow. No, do them again, do them again, all right, make sure you're thinking about it, right? And it's like really painful, and it doesn't look good, and it's slow, right? But then you keep doing that, and then you got onto the game or the performance, and now you're really strong, and you're playing really well. So for you most of your ranked games and most of your scrims, I want you slowing things down. Think. And then maybe once a week you guys have a scrim, or maybe once every couple of weeks, I don't want you thinking at all. I just want you to play, have fun, see what happens. See if those things that you've been thinking about, see if you've made them instincts. If you've helped them become things that you don't have to think about, they just happen. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
And that's the goal. That's the goal. When you get into a game, a big performance, an Overwatch League match, a contenders match, an open division, whatever, you don't want to be thinking too hard. You will think, obviously, the mind thinks, but it's just kind of instincts. You just see, read, react. But when you're practicing, that is not what you want to do. You want to be making yourself slow it down and even look a little stupid. Do you have any questions?
No.
Okay.
I think I got everything.
Okay, this was a lot, but the biggest takeaways are just, I want you to think and focus on the things that you need to work on. I know it sounds stupid to say that we've spent over an hour, and that's the conclusion that we've come to, but it's very, very important. Okay, keep me updated. If you have, if a couple of things are like, I'm not sure if this window was good or bad, or I don't know about my positioning here, take a screenshot, send it to me. I'll get back to
Okay.
you when I can. So don't be a stranger. But all right, man. Thank you so much, and you have a wonderful rest of your day.
Thank you.
Okay, bye bye, Neko.
You too.